Good evening, class. This is Valencia A. Gray, and I will be starting off with the matter of Woods case. And within this case, we have attorney David T. Wood, who was charged by the Disciplinary Commission of the Supreme Court of Indiana because he had failed to act with reasonable diligence and promptness in representing one of his clients. With this, Mr. Woods violated Rule 1.3 of the Rules of Professional Conduct. And within the American Bar Association, Rule 1.3, which is diligence, states that a lawyer shall act with reasonable diligence and promptness in representing a client. And also, in the Tennessee Rules of Professional Conduct, it states a lawyer shall act with reasonable diligence and promptness in representing a client. Lastly, but not least, the rule also states in the Indiana Rules of Professional Conduct that a lawyer shall act with reasonable diligence and promptness in representing a client. Now, this word reasonable, which meaning is agreeable to reason or sound judgment, which is logical, but it also states in the ABA Rule 1.0, which is terminology, that reasonable means when used in relation to conduct by a lawyer denotes the conduct of a reasonable, prudent, and competent lawyer. And within this, I'm going to show you how Mr. Woods disregarded this rule. So, in February of 1984, John and Tina Robertson hired Mr. David T. Woods to represent them in a personal injury action against the city of Anderson, which is in Indiana. Laura Anderson, which is the claim adjuster, reached out to Mr. Woods regarding many documents which include medical reports, expenses, hospital bills, and invoices. Mr. Woods only responded with a handwritten list of medical expenses, so the claim adjuster tried to contact him again, but she wasn't successful. In June of 1985, Anderson, which is the city in Indiana, determined that no civil complaint was never filed on behalf of the Robertsons prior to the expiration of the statute of limitations. And also, the Robertsons hired Mr. David T. Woods to represent them in filing a personal bankruptcy claim. Well, many people will say he was only representing Tina Robertson because he failed to discuss this matter with John Robertson. The court dismissed the Robertson petition for bankruptcy because of their pending personal injury claims. But Mr. Woods didn't inform Tina that it would be such conflict. He actually gave her the wrong information. So with that, Mr. Wood tried to do a good deed by refiling their petition, but he wasn't able to be had to refile within 6 months, a rule that Mr. David T. Woods claimed he was unaware of.